All right, on to our top story. Senior Congress leader Kamalnath has promised to revive the old pension scheme if the Congress wins the upcoming assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh. Now, as the elections approach Madhya Pradesh, Senior Congress leader and former Chief Minister Kamalnath said that the old pension scheme will be revived if the party assumes power in the state. Now, this after Himachal Pradesh has already reinstated the old pension scheme, and Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel too vowed to reinstate the old pension scheme if his state, if they won. All right, we have with us on the broadcast Subhash Garg, who's former Finance Secretary of India. Many thanks, sir, for joining us here on Mirror Now. Sir, of course, my first question is, increasingly political parties like the Congress are proposing the old pension scheme. Are you in favor of that move?
See, the old pension scheme is fiscally very, very extravagant and disadvantageous. Of course, it favors employees very much, and therefore there is an enormous demand from the employees to get it back. And many political parties consider it advantageous to them more politically than otherwise to revive this. And therefore, there is, as far as I am concerned, there is no question of sort of supporting the revival of OPS because it's fiscally disadvantageous. It will hurt India very much in times to come, and therefore I'm not in favor of revival of OPS.
Right, sir. Talking about it being fiscally disadvantageous, please tell us what are the fiscal challenges as far as the old pension scheme, and if indeed it is reintroduced, what are those challenges that we will face?
See, in the new pension scheme, which was institutionalized in the country beginning in 2004, the government as well as the employees, they contribute equally. Earlier it was 10% government and 10% employees. The later central government later on raised it to 14% both sides. But roughly about 50% of the contribution to the new pension scheme comes from the employees themselves. And to that extent, the government's contribution is about half. Second thing is that the pension corpus, which gets accumulated by way of these two contributions, which earns returns in the form of investments made into the bonds, equities, and other instruments by the fund managers, that does not, in my understanding, equal to 50% of the pension which is available under the old pension scheme. And therefore, the old pension scheme, which is based on 50% of the pension of the last pay, again have fiscal disadvantage. And the third one, which is the most sort of invidious in my judgment, is that this 50% pension also receives the dearness allowance on the pensions. And in the NPS, there is no dearness allowance. And therefore, these three constituents, the contribution of the government being 50% of the total contribution, the indefined, unknown, guaranteed 50% of last pay, instead of that in the NPS, whatever the pension fund earns, and third, this dearness allowance. I think this makes it very, very harsh and very, very difficult on the governments in terms of fiscal management.
Right, so many thanks for joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing your views.
Thank you.